And even with trading, and this is the one piece of advice that I took from, Sean Lee. Me and Sean Lee and even Nat would talk all the time. Sean would tell me that, trading is, for him in particular, is that he comes in, he trades for like maybe 2 months and just like destroys the market and does as much as he can. When he feels like he makes, let's say 500 grand, 600 grand, a million, or even 200 grand, he feels like he's comfortable and he's good. He literally would take the next 4 months off to travel and live life, because that's what trading and investing should be. You shouldn't be on the charts for 12 months straight. And that's his philosophy. And for me, I always thought that, okay, you can be on for 12 months straight, let me just do that. And I'm realizing that, there's a lot of times when you may gotta take like a month off or 3 weeks off or even 2 months off to live life and like bask in the rewards that you've accumulated throughout that year, no matter what it is. And I was a person who never would ever sit in like, what is it called? Like be present, or what, I never was present. I always like on to the next thing, on to the next thing. And then I realized, based on what he said, that like, you look at the NBA, like they have a season and then there's an off season. Like there's an off season no matter what. Your 9-to-5 job doesn't really require your emotions and like a lot of intellect. Like to a certain degree it does, but a lot of times it's like second nature. You can have a bad day and come in and still do data entry and all that stuff and be a concierge. But like
you're clocking out.
You're clocking out. With trading, you're literally there. It's a 24-hour market. If you're not in the right mind space, it's hard. And I think a lot of like my traders who watch me, especially me, should look at it as go hard when you're like very, very, very happy. And I'm not saying prepare for a downtime. I'm just saying like once you go hard, it's very, very easy to be like, okay, I want the next thing. If I made $50,000 in a month, okay, I want 75. It's very easy to do that, but I think a lot of people should take that philosophy and just kind of fall back, go on vacation, take a break. The markets are not going anywhere.
So I think life is a series of sprints. You sprint, you go hard, and then you rest. You take a break.
Yeah.
So is that the advice you would give your people and say, hey man, like if you going through it, like you might need to take 12 months off?
If you're going through it, even if you're not going through it, like it doesn't have to be 12 months, because I didn't even take 12 months off. I took like 2 months off and then I was back, then 2 months off and then I was back. But take some time off to kind of refresh your brain, because your brain can get fried, especially if you're up at London session every night or New York session or whatever session you're actually trading. Like you're up, your mind is constantly moving. When do you have a time for your mind to like stop and rest? And that's what I had to ask myself, and Bailey had to ask me that as well. Like, it's not when you're sleeping, like, because obviously your mind is like relaxed when you're sleeping, but like you're not physically awake. What are you doing to rest your mind when you're awake? And I never did that. It was always trading. If it's not trading, it's the business. If it's not the business, it's YouTube. If it's not YouTube, it's giving money and to charities and all that stuff. It's always something. It was never let me go on vacation. And even all my team members can attest to this. Even going on vacation with them, we was on a boat, like a legit yacht, and they're all partying, and I'm downstairs on a laptop, like preparing for this Goat Academy and making sure like all the coding is right with the developers and all that stuff. Mine is not like relaxing. So yeah, the advice I'll tell everybody is to like have a time, but look at it like the NBA, where like you have an off season and kind of like rest your mind and come back and try to kill. And that's if you're like profitable. Like if you're not profitable, even if you're not, I think it's beneficial if you watch it, try and trade, and then like if it's not clicking, take some time off, and then maybe when you come back it may click. Don't just go for 12 months straight and think eventually it'll happen.